The first console was the Wii, and then the second console after that was the Famicom. The first console was the Wii. That, for what I can remember, was like 2013, I believe it was, pretty much. And the first game we ever had was Just Dance 1. The first Just Dance that came out in 2009, I believe, and that was the PAL version. And then the Famicom, the first ever console we ever, not the first ever Japanese console, I believe, which was my second console my school had. And this was our second console. We had a bunch more consoles after this, literally. Before the consoles, it was the arcades. And before the arcades, it was a lot of toy trains. And this was the early years pretty much, actually. Tomiko World, or as it's called in Japan, Purareru. Purareru. And it was a lot of fun back in the day to play around with. And they were toy trains that, for anybody in Japan, they were popular in the UK, but if anybody who lives in Japan, we, and myself as a British, grew up with these things pretty much. But anybody in the UK might have forgot about them because they weren't popular, I believe. They weren't doing well, I believe. But in Japan, thousands of adults bought them, for I can remember, I believe. And thousands of Japanese people got one. Everybody in Japan, if anybody is Japanese, I used to love playing this back then, these trains. I still have that one thing that was part of the trains, and these were these die-cast cars, and these were called Tomika. And these were these die-cast cars that we would get, I believe. And anybody who lived in Japan may remember how popular these used to be. They're still like to this day in Japan. People still invest like £10. How much are they are now? I don't know how much they are, but you could buy one of these pretty much, and like there were these die-cast cars which were based off real-life cars, I believe. Like they were very, very detailed, for what I can remember pretty much. They had like a suspensions and stuff like that, pretty much. They had a lot of old ones from back in the day, pretty much. But these, the ones I have now, I only have one of them, and that's my old one from my primary school still. I still have it to this day, even if the trains I had are gone. The thing that's still left is this one old Lamborghini Veneno that I still have after all these years, literally. It has been like, what, the last item left, literally, from like the school ever since I left it and all that, literally. It's still in its old glory from what it was back then, still. It has its Japanese writing. It still has everything intact. Like literally made in Vietnam. They don't make these anymore in any country now. You have to go to Japan, I believe, to like buy these now. So nowadays, if you live in Japan, you could just go and buy them. Unless if you want to try and get one yourself, you would have to go to like, I guess, Yahoo Auctions, and I think so many other like Japanese, like English sites, I believe. You could go on eBay, but it's more sketchy to buy. But yeah, you could just go to Japan, I think, go shopping to Japan and buy one if you want. So if you want to go and buy these, any of you guys who want to go shopping and get one of these things, you have to go shopping to Japan in order to get them. They still make them. You could go shopping. There's also a Tomika toy shop, I believe, and you can go shopping and buy them. People in Japan love these things still, and I believe it was like a custom set. I don't know, there was so many. These were flying off in stores in Japan. I remember them, like literally kids and adults. It was like, how to say it, it was flying up. Thomas and Friends was one of my favorite kids shows as an Asian British, pretty much. So growing up with this as a kid, pretty much, you know what I mean, Japanese was a big deal because let me tell you this, discipline and so many other rules that they have would help me being younger, pretty much. But it wasn't every rule, unfortunately. So anything like being independent was never gonna work. I had to be in the minibus in my school. In high school, I could go independent, but you couldn't at all. So if you live in Japan, you can, but in the UK, 5-year-old children cannot go independent. So if you were like, say, I guess at high school, which is what I went to pretty much, you can be independent. So if I was in Japan, I would have been independent probably. I get in a more younger age. So I would have been more independent at such a young age probably. I would have had a more better future probably, and maybe had better future without those teenagers at my school. I would have had more better of a time, literally, and you know what I mean. But that never happened.